on his wet tyres, remember. Now, is the track too dry for wet tyres, or is it going to still be too slippery for slicks? It's quite an interesting call.
Yes, I think that you see he's driving out of the dry line. He's driving in the wet to try to save his tyres. I think that their strategy is saying, well, we were at the back of the field. We had no chance of winning. So we're going to try something different.
Yeah, lights out on the safety car. So the safety car coming in at the end of this lap. And it'll be Lyon who will lead the field from behind that safety car. The French club Lyon, Basel in second place and Tottenham in third. Those three cars have not yet made their obligatory pit stop. Everybody else has. So if we look at the order, it's going to be interesting. Into the pits comes Lyon and Basel. Tottenham stay out. And that's interesting. The restart here at Zolder, and it's Tottenham leading, staying on wet tyres. The only car now to stay on wet tyres in this race is the race leader, Craig Dolby. He won earlier on. Everyone else on slicks, and AC Milan diving down the inside, getting past Atletico Madrid. That's the experience of Giorgio Pantano, the reigning GP2 champion. He's cut his way past Atletico Madrid, hope in tongue. But Tottenham now will have to try and use the wet tyres very hard over the next couple of laps to give them any chance in this race.
Yes, exactly. They're going to have to push and make at least 20, 25, 30 seconds of a lead to make sure when they stop, they're still leading after their pit stop.
So he's trying to use these wet tyres to maximum advantage. Meanwhile, everyone else slithering and sliding around on their slick tyres, trying to get an idea how much grip there is. There you can see the dry line, but on the slicks, if you get off that dry line, even a fraction, you could go off into the barriers, as we saw earlier on from Pedro Patiz, even on his wet tyres. Liverpool battling with AS Roma there. That's Adrian Valliers under pressure from Jonathan Kennard. But up front, it's Tottenham desperately trying to open up a gap on the others before they make their pit stop. They'll have to come in within the next 7 laps for Spurs, because you've only got a pit window from lap 8 to lap 20. And look, he's not able.
No,
really.
He's not able.
It's not really working,
no,
is it?
It's not working. So it's over. Really, he's not going to be able to pull away, which means he still has to do one pit stop, and once he will have completed his pit stop, he will be far away off from the lead. He will be at the back of the grid. So the strategy for Craig Dolby isn't working.
Well, it was a gamble. It was a gamble that Tottenham have played, and it's not working, as you say, because the track is just dry enough for those slick tyres to be working. There's proof. Corinthians with fastest lap. The only thing Craig Dolby can do now is a rain dance. He needs to pray for rain, but I'm looking through out of the commentary box window, and I don't see much chance of rain at the moment.
No, there is only very little chances of rain, I think, because we have a clear blue sky on top. Let me I thought I saw some spray again on that part of the track, but no. Basically now Corinthians following them is not going to try to make a move. Oh, a problem for the Corinthians.
Oh, what's happened? Something's suddenly gone wrong with the Corinthians car, and he's pulling off. Can you believe it? Pittonia was perfectly placed here to take the victory. Look at the telemetry on the right. The engine's died.
Yes, our first gear, neutral.
It's a gear thing then, is it?
Yeah, I don't know. We saw something coming out of the back of the car as they were exiting the corner. Well, amazing. He had basically he was going to be leading. He was going to be leading and winning the race because Craig Dolby still has to do a pit stop. It's a terrible weekend for the Corinthians. So unlucky.
That's both Brazilian clubs out of this race too.
Yes.
We lost Flamengo earlier on.
Very bad.
And now we've lost Corinthians. 2 great Brazilian clubs out of the race, and especially Corinthians when they look to be in shape to take the victory. So Tottenham's still leading, but I tell you, AC Milan is now challenging for the lead. So Giorgio Pantano is beginning to put him under pressure. Let's try and see what happened here. He was running fine at this point.
Yes, when he went back on the power. Well,
over the curb, can that do anything?
It shouldn't. No. It shouldn't do anything. And you see there is no lights on the steering wheel, which means something died. He lost something at the back of the car. I'm not quite sure what it was.
Well, let's get back to what's happening up front. It's still Tottenham leading this race, but still due into the pits any time. And AC Milan in the black and red colours behind. It's Giorgio Pantano, the Italian, winner of the second race of the day at Manicourt at the first round of Superleague Formula. Oh, and now he's got a problem. The same problem, the same place. What is going on? I don't understand it. What has happened?
I was going to say, you see, you can run the curves without any problems, and he had exactly the same thing at the same place.
That is amazing. I've never seen that in 2 laps virtually. Trying to listen to the radio.
He said the power went down from the corner or from something. The power went down. The engine died basically.
What happened, Giorgio?
We're listening.
The steering column went off.
The steering column went off. The steering column dropped on his knees, basically.
Really?
Yes, that's going over the curbs.
The steering column came off the steering rack, or the steering wheel came off the column.
Yes.
They're still trying to find out, but he's unplugged his radio. He ain't going to answer anymore because he's had enough. He's getting out of the car. He doesn't want to be involved in a discussion sitting at one of the fastest parts of the circuit. You don't really want to get collected by someone else, do you?
No, it's a bad place to stay in the car. You just have to remove. He says that's nuts. He lost basically the steering wheel, got into his hands, and he lost the steering wheel.
Well, yeah, I mean, the way he went off, that indicates something very strange with the steering, doesn't it? You can see the front wheels wobbling around.
Yes, the front wheel as well, yeah, that's pretty strange. See, it went down.
He's grabbing...
the steering column basically undid itself from the far end on the other side, which means that when he's pulling the gears up, he's actually pulling the steering wheel itself. The steering wheel comes towards him.
God,
you can't drive like that.
Terrifying, absolutely terrifying. He lost any ability to steer the car, and that is a very high-speed section, let me tell you. Well, it's all happening in this race, and Tottenham's still leading it and holding everybody else up.
But now you have...
Right, he's being called into the pits. He will be coming in this time. He's done a mighty job of holding everyone up behind him. Let's go Madrid, Alain down the inside of Liverpool.
And that's amazing. That's changing the shape of the race because Liverpool was running third starting from...
Pit this lap.
Yeah, it's confirmed, pit this lap for Tottenham. Liverpool was starting from the back of the grid. They were running third, and now they're still third because Alain went through Esteban Guerrieri. New driver is doing a great job.
Yeah, really impressive, Esteban Guerrieri, the Argentinian. And in third place now, Liverpool, under a bit of pressure from AS Roma as well. Jonathan Kennard's having a good run in this race. Absolutely, former Palmer Audi champion, British F3 runner, and driving for AS Roma here in Super League Formula. Disappointing day yesterday, but he's, again, a bit like at Manicourt. The second race is going much better. Let's hope it doesn't go quite the way the second race went in France because he had a clutch problem. Tyre change going on for Craig Dolby, and he's really going to have to attack on his slicks now. I wonder where he'll actually rejoin. It's going to be a long, long way down, isn't it?
No, the race is over for him.
Basil just going past our commentary position, so that means he'll come out in about 10th. I think he'll be just ahead of Lyon, so he'll come back out in 10th place. But up front, the battle is on for the lead. This is for the lead. It's between Atletico de Madrid in the red, white and blue colours and Al Ain, the United Arab Emirates team, that is really putting him under pressure with a brand new driver. And it's fascinating to see this with Liverpool dropping away in third.
Yes, and a slow car being pulled on the side of the track. I had a quick chit-chat with Esteban Guerrieri, who made a mistake on the first race this morning by trying to overtake Anderlecht and making a mistake. He's just still learning about the car, learning that the car is pretty hard to stop, a little bit heavy, and find his way around with how to drive the car properly, and he's doing very well.
Yeah, it's impressive. I'm very impressed with the debut he's making in that Al Ain machine in the purple colours, and he's a little bit of an attack, not a full attack yet on Ho Pin Tung for Atletico Madrid, but these two putting on a good show. Liverpool still third, have pulled away a bit from Roma in fourth, Olympiacos fifth, Midtjylland are running in sixth place, FC Porto are in seventh, Tottenham, we're just waiting. I don't think they're going to be next up because we're still waiting for them to come past after that pit stop a moment or two ago. But Alain, look at the puddle, still got to be careful in a few key areas here.
Yes, you have to be very careful. The funny story as well about Alain is that this morning he didn't use, it's getting very close, he didn't use the push to pass button. He completely forget about it because he's new to the series. He hasn't been used to using all the help you can have from the boost in the car, and I think that now he must be thinking about it and probably using it.
Yeah, that's right. I would think he's got used to the idea. His engineer said he was going to remind him over the radio, make sure you use your boost power this time. It's worth an extra 50 horsepower, as we mentioned, so it's well worth it. And the sort of place you might want to use it could
it's now
be here.
Yes, exactly. But you see, with the puddles, it's very hard to put the power down and to have a good traction.
Yeah, so he lost the chance there, really, didn't he? Into the chicane. He had an off here in race one when he spot. There's Antonio Pizzonia. He's okay, he's fine and friendly with the marshals, but he must be absolutely gutted about losing what was surely a victory for Corinthians if it had all kept running. Atletico de Madrid, remember, that car, the lead car at the moment, was in a real mess after race one. The mechanics have done a fantastic job to get it back out there, and they're being rewarded at the moment because Ho Pin Tung is leading this race. Former German F3 champion Ho Pin, who born and raised in the Netherlands, in fact. Liverpool still sitting in third, but Liverpool if it stays like this, Liverpool will have a much more comfortable